Well, hello there. Today is a very special day because I have just received a package from the lovely JashiiCorrin. If you haven't seen her on YouTube, she is one of the best, in my opinion, journaling ladies out there. She recently did a video of a massive decluttering. I'll post all of her info down in the description. And in that process, she decided to sell some beautiful journals. And fortunately, I was able to get my hands on a beautiful Tiefossi journal. Oh my gosh, I am so excited to see this. Let's take a peek. Ooh, wow. This is beautiful. I'll be comparing this to an Archer and Olive journal just to see what any differences or similarities it has. And again, JashiiCorrin, if you're watching this, I want to thank you for always being so sweet and inspiring. Okay, let's open this up. I really love the packaging of this, especially the cutout of the cardboard. And it also has a little plastic protector on it, which I really admire. Thank you. So my first initial thought when seeing this is actually more of a brown. Let me see if I can adjust the lighting real quick. That's better. So in real life, this is actually more of like an orange brown rather than like a deep burgundy red. It also has this beautiful gold gilding, which is holographic, and I'm in love with it. And it also has it on the side of the pages. It's so pretty. There are a few scuffs here and there, but it's okay. Looks like there are, there we go. Looks like there are 2 bookmarks. And I'm pretty sure this is vegan leather. And it is gorgeous. I am so happy with this. And there's a little pen loop. So let's take a peek inside and see what Tiefossi has to offer. Oh, they give you a cute little bookmark. Oh, that is so cute. Dream by moonlight and plan by sunlight. That is so sweet. And it's a really nice sturdy cardstock too. And this is also a gold holographic. I know it's a bit hard to tell with all of its beautiful shiny rainbows. And we also have a little thank you from Tiefossi. Oh my goodness, this page is gorgeous with the sun shining and all of the sparklies. You know me, I'm a magpie for pretty things. And I enjoy how this is arched, where it says this book belongs to, compared to Archer and Olive's, which we'll get into in a minute. It just gives it a little bit more character. The first awkward page, and then, dot grid paper. So this came a little bit damaged, but that's all right. And it's making some of the pages stick together. But a quick way to fix that is you just run your fingers across the top and bottom corners to really help those pages separate. Now it should be all good. Ooh, this is new. It looks like the pages are numbered. That is going to be a game changer. We're probably going to include an index for this. And the numbers are really small, which I appreciate. That way it's not so in your face. And let's take a look at the bookmarks. These are very nice ribbony bookmarks. And the pages feel like they're 160 GSM. And we'll be doing some swatches just to see if there's any differences. And there's also a nice little pocket. And let's see if this can lie flat as well. Yep, it looks like it does. No issues there. So I will be doing a comparison with my Hobbity Green Journal, which we just completed a full flip through for part 1 of 2025. And if you're interested in that video, I'll link it in the cards above. But for now, we'll be comparing Tombow brush pens to see how they react on the pages themselves. So let's start with the Archer and Olive, and we'll go for a dark burgundy and a very light vanilla color. So this is Archer & Olive's 160 GSM paper, and I'm just going to do a couple swatches, both with the brush tip nib and the bullet nib in both of these colors. So let's do a regular swatch. Then we'll go over it a few times. That's actually really, really nice, and the color is super pretty. Let's give the bullet nib a try. It writes super nice, as always. I haven't used these colors before, but ooh, this is more of a peachy tone. You know how sometimes when you go over the paper with a marker a few times, it makes the pages start to crumble? It doesn't do that on this particular paper, which is nice. So no complaints. This is beautiful paper. But let's see what the Tiefossi has to offer. We're going to go all the way to the back page, and we'll start with the burgundy again. Very similar feeling. So far, no issues with the paper bunching up. It feels and looks almost exactly the same. So on the left is the Archer & Olive, and then on the right is the Tiefossi. After taking a moment to really analyze these, I know it can be a little difficult to see on camera. The Tiefossi seems to have absorbed more of the ink, making it a little bit more opaque, which isn't a bad thing. Plus, there's no bleeding or ghosting, which is wonderful. On the few spots I went over with the Tombow pens, texture-wise, the Tiefossi actually has a lot less texture than Archer & Olive's. It's a bit subtle, but enough to notice. As far as I can tell, I don't see any difference between the two when writing with a regular ink pen such as this one. So in my eyes, Tiefossi is just as nice and luxurious as Archer & Olive. One more test I'd like to do is use a dip pen ink. This is Razor Glass by Diamine, and it's a Charmeleon and Sheen ink. This is one of the prettiest inks I have in my collection, and I just wanted to give this a good swatch to see if there would be any ghosting. Oh, it's so pretty. We'll do a little bit of a heavier layer. I am noticing the pages are absorbing the ink really, really quickly. Moment of truth. Wow, that is very, very impressive. So even with the 2 coats of the Diamine ink, it does not ghost or bleed. I'm so impressed by that. I do have 2 more tests I'd like to try. And the first is the Posca acrylic markers. I use these all the time in my Archer & Olive journals, and I figure, you know what? Let's give this a go too. So these markers are pretty heavy duty, so if you're not careful, they can really tear up your page. So let's swatch these and see what happens. We'll go a little heavier here. And still no ghosting. Wow. I'm going to let that dry, and in the meantime, we'll do our final swatch. We're going to try some gouache. Gouache, however you say it. I want to see if the page will hold not only the paint's pigment without like separating it, and obviously to see if it will bleed or ghost. So that was about 1 good layer, and we're gonna double up here. I am enjoying the fact that the paper is absorbing a lot of the ink and paint almost instantaneously, which makes it more damp than soaking wet. Oh my gosh, that is great. So with the gouache paint, it's not ghosting at all. One thing to keep in mind though, when you do use any sort of paint, it will create a little bit of a crinkling effect just because paper and water, they don't always get along. But other than that, I'm really impressed. And I'm so excited that we have a journal for our 2026 lineup. And oh boy, I got some really fun themes planned out for you that I hope you'll enjoy. Well, needless to say, I'm very impressed with Tiefossi. And I'm not only impressed with the quality of the journal, but with the aesthetics as well. Again, thank you so much, JashiiCorrin, for giving me the opportunity to not only to support you and your channel, but to also give me the opportunity to try a different journal brand. If you stuck around to the end of this video, thank you so much for joining me in our little journaling review. I'm really excited for 2026, knowing that we have this beautiful journal waiting for us. Thank you again so much for joining me today, and I will see you in the near future.